Ya hala. Right now I want to talk about negating the imperative in Arabic, using what we would call in English the prohibitive and what we call in Arabic النهي. I'm assuming in this video that you're familiar with how to construct the imperative in Arabic and also that you're familiar with the majzoom case, which is sort of one of the bases on which we build the imperative. If you need a refresher on either of those, feel free to check out the other videos and come right back. Negating the imperative using the nahi in Arabic is fairly simple. What we do is we use the normal majzoom conjugation of the verb in question, preceded with la. So what I'd like to do is compare a couple of sentences, first as imperatives, do this, and then as sentences that include the nahi. Don't do that, don't do the same thing. So if we wanted to say to a single male or grammatically masculine individual, speak Arabic, we would use the imperative of takallama and say تكلم العربية. So we've used the majzoom, chopped off that subject prefix, and we wind up with تكلم for a masculine singular subject. Now if we wanted to negate that verb and say, for example, don't speak English, what we would do is la plus the ordinary version of the majzoom. We aren't going to use the imperative construction, we're just going to say la tatakallam. So that subject prefix has been returned to the verb if we're negating it. La tatakallam al-Injliziyya, for example. Or if we wanted to say to a grammatically feminine single subject, go to the party, well, we could take the verb تذهب, تذهبي in the majzoom, chop off the ta prefix, and wind up with اذهبي إلى الحفلة, for example. I'm not going to write that down, but if we wanted to say the same thing in the negative, we would say, oops, that should be an exclamation point, not a question mark. لا تذهبي إلى الحفلة, for example. Or if we wanted to tell a group of individuals, use your books instead of, I don't know, your phones or something, we could take that verb and it would wind up looking like استعملوا. Use this. So instead of our ta prefix, it's replaced with the alif. But again, بالنهي باللغة العربية, we would, if we wanted to say don't use the computers or something like that, لا تستعملوا الكمبيوتر مثلا. So again, what I want to bring your attention to is that for the imperative, we're using a special form where we lose the subject prefix, but for the nahi, we wind up using the plain old regular majzoom. And notice really that visually this does not look any different from a normal looking present tense conjugated verb, even though the la in the beginning gives it that imperative flavor. And if we want to specify that it's that majzoom and really indicate that it is the nahi, the negation of the imperative, we might add a sukun there, although we're unlikely to see it in a typical text. But if you want, for the sake of clarity, to add that sukun, it might help your reader out a little bit. And that is how we negate the imperative. That is النهي باللغة العربية.